Hello, everyone. Hello, District 108 members and the whole world. Today we have very special meeting because today, as you can see here, District 108 welcomes Russia, our new family member in District 108. And this is amazing part in our world because we will have new division formed in Russia and you will learn about the whole process from very beginning till the very end today during this meeting, and you will have opportunity to meet our new family members. So today our agenda is to talk about the whole process. How did it go? Do we need to vote? How, when, and what will happen? And then we will meet our new family members from Russia. And I believe that those who are longer in Toastmasters, you know already Valeria Holotkova, who was our amazing District 108 PR manager for the whole district. And till very this moment, we are using the styles that she created. So it's really amazing to have today's meeting, and I would like that everyone would introduce yourself and say how you are connected with this topic. So I would like to start with Valeria, since I mentioned you.
Thank you, Davila. Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to see you back again. I missed you in this past year so much. So I'm really glad to be back to District 108. Finally, we did it, we made it, and I'm extremely delighted that I'm not just coming back as a member of a club in some part of the District 108, but I'm coming back as the manager of the new division F, if I'm not mistaken, that includes Russian clubs. So we're becoming huge part, geographically, the biggest part of in the world of District 108, literally. And I'm really happy that we will be joining. We will be giving more members, more clubs to you, and hopefully we'll be distinguished or president distinguished or whatever it takes for a new division to be anyway visible within as a part of the District 108. So once again, really happy to see each and every one of you back again.
Thank you, Valeria. Now I invite Piotr.
Hey everyone, good morning, good evening, good day, wherever you are. My name is Piotr Chimko, and I was first District 108 director. It was a couple of years ago already, but that was the very important year for related to this topic that we are discussing today. Because during my term as district director, we actually started discussing merging Russia with the District 108, and it all started with proposal, with a discussion in one of the meetings, sometimes, someplace, with people, wonderful leaders from Russia. And we had this idea, hey, maybe Russia is really big country, but their clubs are clustered in a very western part of the country. So maybe we could come to approach the Toastmasters International and ask them, hey, maybe we could merge only part of the country with the part where the club exists, and so that they can benefit from whatever district has to offer. And actually, yes, we did, and the story goes on, but I will come back to that later.
Cool.
Thank you, Piotr. I invite Randall.
Okay, well, it's a pleasure for me to follow in Piotr's footsteps because I had the chance to meet him 2 years ago in Shanghai when I was at a meeting of it was the 20th anniversary club of our Pudong Toastmasters Club that I was invited to speak at, and I was sitting beside Piotr. And when I spoke on stage, I said I was actually going to move from St. Petersburg, from Shanghai to St. Petersburg. And so then we had a little powwow afterwards with Piotr, and he told me about this application that had been submitted to join the western part of Russia with District 108. And he said, perhaps you can help when you come back to St. Petersburg, because we need to grow to 20 clubs. So just under 2 years ago, I came here and I popped out of my comfort zone cocoon and went to my first Toastmasters Club meeting in St. Petersburg. And I discovered that there were really only 2 people actively engaged in the club, and it was really just the club president doing everything. And so I had a little coffee with her afterwards and said, how can I help you? And so I became the secretary. And fast forward almost 2 years, I'm back again the secretary in the outgoing part of this year, and I'll be the incoming secretary temporarily for this new club here, because we have one, unfortunately in St. Petersburg, we only have 1 club so far, and we should, like Moscow, have several. So we have great opportunity to grow in this city, which is about 8 million people. We have a great opportunity to grow in other cities in Western Russia. That seems like a big thing, a big piece to chew. But in fact, now, because of circumstances, we've got the whole crazy territory to look after. And so there is enormous opportunity to grow Toastmasters in Russia, from my perspective, in the English language, because almost every young person I meet immediately turns to English when they're speaking to me. So they're so eager to use English when they encounter a foreigner who's got an accent. So I think there is an enormous opportunity for us to grow, but we really, really need the help of a structured district. Moscow has the advantage over us here in St. Petersburg that they have many clubs and a lot of collaboration. We're a bit distant from that, but we need to integrate, and it'll be, I think, a great opportunity to integrate into a proper district. So a lot of guidance and support needed, please. And get ready for some travel miles if you're going to go and visit our clubs throughout the country.
Thank you, Randall. Now I invite to introduce yourself, Anna.
Hello. So I'm Anna. I'm currently president of one of Moscow clubs, English-speaking club. And I'm going to be an area director, I think 1. And I will have 4 clubs, English-speaking clubs. And, I'm very glad how you welcomed us to the family. I really like this word. So our family is a very valuable thing for me. So it's great to be part of this family. And, I'm looking forward to the meeting for area directors, because we don't know actually all the responsibilities. But I was quite active at our area level in Russia, an unofficial area. So I hope that we'll manage this, and I'm looking forward to the next year, to the next term.
Thank you so much, Anna, for introduction. Yuri, are you ready to introduce yourself? All right, maybe not yet. So later on, we will also hear from Yuri, who will be also our future area director. Now I would like to invite to introduce our future district leaders. Monica, please.
Hello. Right now, I'm Club Growth Director in District 108, but next year I will be Program Quality Director. And what I can say from my side, that I'm really happy that we have more opportunities to learn, to find out something new about people, places, and culture. So it's very good idea, and very good, good that our District 108 suffer during COVID times, but even during this COVID time, we are still growing. So this is something amazing. And we as a district want to bring you a structure, knowledge, and support. And I really count on your enthusiasm and fresh look and eager to take action. So good luck, Russia. Welcome.
Thank you, Monica. Now I invite Kamil to introduce.
Hello. Right now I'm a division director in the Western Poland, but that's not very interesting for you. The more interesting part for you is that I will be the next club growth director for the 108. I remember 3 years ago being on some Toastmaster trip with Piotr and current district director Elena, where we met Tatiana Alexandrova, who was also engaged in this idea to bring Russia to D108 and to the districted structure. And back then I was cheering this idea. Now I'm also cheering this idea. So what you can expect, there will be a club growth team, and this team will support you during the next year. More details on the training on 20th of June.
Thank you, Kamil. Now I invite Yuri to introduce yourself.
Hi to all. Very, very, very huge echo in the hall where I now. So just now I'm secretary in Toastmasters Russian-speaking club, and I will be area director, area number 2, I think. This area will consist of 2 Russian-speaking clubs, 1 German-speaking and 1 French-speaking. And also, it will be very, very great task for me to communicate in English because of very, very little practice. However, I don't afraid of it. So I expect to join to all our family, really family of Toastmasters of District 108. And I hope we will meet face to face not far future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yuri. And me, I am Program Quality Director Dovile Kurpita from Confident Voices Vilnius Club, which is in Lithuania, Vilnius. And in next term, I will be District Director of 108. So now we all introduced, and we can go to the part where we will learn how everything, the whole process started, when it started, which city are included, and the master of this knowledge and all of these procedures is our former district director, Piotr Himko. So I invite you to introduce to everyone what was made to Russia join District 108.
Thanks, Dovile, for introduction. Well, it's been quite a lot of work, I must say. I mean, with a couple of people who are gathered here, we spent countless hours building up the case, bringing in and outlining the application, and finalizing, discussing, going back and forth with some people who advised us how to submit the application properly. I think I wouldn't exaggerate if I say that we all together combined spent more than 100 hours on that application. That was really a big deal, really a big deal. And we submitted it, and we were waiting very impatiently for what will come out as a result. And the board of directors, I think we submitted the application sometime in February before the board of directors meeting in March. The board of directors, Masters International Board of Directors meets a couple of times during the year in person, and the March meeting is one of these meetings that happens in person. And we are waiting for that meeting, for the outcome of that meeting, so that we get the decision. And unfortunately, during that meeting, they didn't make any decision. So actually what happened later is we waited for another board of directors meeting, which I think took place sometime later. And as soon as this meeting was over and the minutes of the meeting were published, we learned that unfortunately, the board of directors said no to our application. well, you can imagine that after putting so much effort and energy and time into something that you believe in, when you get a rejection, when you get a pushback, it's not the most pleasant thing, the most pleasant feeling. And I guess at least Valeria, who is here with us, shares the same kind of opinion and shared the same feelings. So we were told by the representatives of World Headquarters that during the discussion informally, they said that they need to have 20 clubs in Russia, in this part of Russia, to reconsider that application. So going from, let's say, 10 clubs, which were at the time, to 20 clubs doesn't seem like a big deal. But when you're a small community and when you have a limited district support, it's not that simple. So we actually, the rejection from World Headquarters triggered us to bond ourselves even stronger and to really support, to help the community to build the new clubs. And Randall, who is the future area director, who as he mentioned, accidentally, well, no accidents in life. Everything happens for purpose. We accidentally sat next to each other in this wonderful 20-year celebration meeting in Pudong in Shanghai. And he was accidentally moving to St. Petersburg in a couple of weeks from then. And then he was also instrumental in building up the communities, building up the clubs, helping the community to grow. Unfortunately, the COVID kind of made it much more difficult. But on one hand, it made it much more difficult, but on the other hand, it made things a little bit easier because suddenly World Headquarters thought, hey, maybe that's a good idea to add not only the western part of Russia to District 108, but hey, let's go all the way and add the whole country of Russia, the whole Russian Federation into District 108. Hey, why not? And funny thing is that most of the clubs, as I mentioned in the beginning, most of the clubs are clustered in the, let's say, western part of Russia, but these are not only clubs in Russia. So let me share the screen for a second, and I will show you how it is going to look from 1st of July, if everything goes well. Hopefully you can see the screen. Yeah, I would welcome a nod. Yes, thank you, Dovile. So you see there are 8 clubs in Moscow and 1 is prospective. There is 1 club in Petersburg, which Randall referred to, and there's also 1 prospective online club from gathering together people from Petersburg and Moscow. There are 2 clubs, and that's the most wonderful and peculiar thing about this whole idea of merging Russian Federation. In the far eastern part of Russia, in the Sakhalin Island, in the Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk city, and there are two clubs which actually meet, and they are really properly chartered clubs, which was a little bit of a surprise. We thought there was 1, but there were actually 2 clubs. And I learned today that there is 1 more club which members sent the application just recently in Tyumen, in Siberia. So there's going to be a couple of clubs which merged together, we will be able to create a completely new separate division in District 108, which will divide further into 3 areas. So, well, summing it all up, I must say that that was the news of the day, of the week, of the month, and probably also of the year. Well, after again putting so much energy, so much effort, so much time, getting a pushback, and having to grieve after this pushback, after a no from the World Headquarters, learning that actually all of this work were not in vain, that actually this whole work kind of brought the desired result in the end, well, made me really, really happy. So, well, I wish I were a district director next year. Well, Dovile, that's your turn. So I hope you're gonna take care of our new family members well. And of course, if you need me anytime, I will also be there to help. Thank you.
Thank you, Piotr, for all the story. Actually, historical moments, how everything is started. So now I would like to hear from our new family member, Rasha, what actually it means to you to join District 108. So I invite Valeria, and then Valeria can maybe help to navigate with the leaders sharing this.
Right. Yeah, that means actually a lot. The story that Tyler told is a little older, actually. It's not that we started in 2019, is that the first push was made in 2015 in Prague, when the whole big team of Russian members of Toastmasters came and said, hey guys, hi, we're in Russia, we want to be included in District 91 at that time. So that was the beginning. And since that moment, we were hoping and striving for becoming part of District one day. And hopefully in less than 4 weeks, this day will come, and we're really happy. What it means to Russia. You know what people say to me when they win contests in our area level? They say, hey, what's next? And I say, nothing. There's no next. That's area level, and that's the upper level we have here. And they say, really? Why not? Why don't we come higher? Why don't we compete with other Toastmasters in the whole world? What, are we so different? What, are we not Toastmasters? So my answer was, not today, not now, but in the future. Now I'm ready to tell them, to respond to them, that next year, guys, you will have an opportunity to go to division level and higher to district level, and maybe sooner or later, to the international level as well. That's what motivates our speakers greatly. The opportunity to open the doors, between Russia and the whole Toastmasters world. And this is probably the most important thing to all our members. That's what it means to them, that what it means to us, that what it means to Russia. What also means a lot in terms of becoming part of district, what I learned being a part of district officers team a year ago, is education. Toastmasters is about leaders. In Russia, the leadership part is less strong than the speakers part. That's because we were not yet part of the global community of leaders, volunteers that are educated, that are supervised, that are mentored by more experienced leaders. That's what we lacked for more than 20, 30 years. And that's what we're gonna get very soon. And that's what makes me extremely happy. And of course, we're looking forward to the events that we're gonna organize jointly with district, that we're gonna travel, that we're gonna network, that we're gonna meet you guys in person, not just like, hi, we're from Russia, we're part of some part of the world which you don't know. No, we're gonna communicate with you on the same level. We are together. We are the part of your district. Let's work, let's network, let's grow, and let's develop. That's what it means to us. Thanks.
Thank you, Valeria, for sharing. I believe lots of Toastmasters is opportunity actually to learn for how long you were waiting for this moment, and that this is really special, not only for you, but also for District 108 to have a new family member and joining to share education, to share speakers, to have great contests and education. And now I would like to invite future area directors to share your thoughts. Who would like to share your? Yes, Anna, please.
You know, actually I have few to add to Valeria's words, but I want to tell you a story. I remember we went to the conference in Athens with Valeria, and who also was there at the time in Athens? Okay, unfortunately, we didn't meet, but we are now. So I remember there was an exciting part of the ceremony when people brought the flags to the stage of different countries. So it was an exciting moment for everyone. And as far as I remember, somebody brought out a Russian flag. Valeria, do you remember? No? Okay, I don't remember actually, was it a Russian flag or not, but definitely there were no Russian speakers at the conference. And I remember that I thought that the day will come when Russian Toastmasters would be able to compete at the event. And I hope that next year, that moment will be, so there will be a Russian contestants at the conferences at the district level.
Thank you so much, Anna, for sharing. I believe Randall would like to share also some few words, please.
I would like to reiterate what Valeria said, because I think what I see here is there is a lack of leadership structure in our little corner of my little area. And part of the reason for that is because we haven't been part of officially of a district, and we've been undistricted. So what does that mean? So we're like the forgotten stepchild. And I believe that there is a huge cachet, there is a huge attraction in being officially part of a global organization where it's tangible, because now we are members of an international organization, but it's not so tangible for us. But if we're part of a district, then it is tangible. And I think the benefit of being part of a district where there is a defined structure, it will trickle down to us, and people at the club level will really appreciate that there are responsibilities of holding office, and they will actually be more interested in striving to learn them, apply them, fulfill them, and then move up, as Valeria is now moving up. So I think the benefit of being connected with more structure will really help us. And that's point number one. Point number two, just again, we will need help with training, and with training people at a distance. And I don't know, I guess my third question I would like to pose, in the discussions that you've had with Toastmasters International, has there ever been any discussion about getting materials in the Pathways program into Russian? I know they're in many different languages, but is there some possibility that that could happen in the future?
Thank you, Randall, and I can answer immediately the question that you just gave. So District 108 actually is one of the districts in the world in pilot project for having translations in Polish. And we are creating the whole infrastructure, committees, how and what needs to be translated, because it needs to be properly made. So actually, since we are going on this path on the translations, so we will be able to share all the information, how actually it can be translated also into Russian. So that there is possibility, just for each of the translation, we need to have a committee who will be taking care of various models, like creating the whole right words, and after that creating translation. So we are already in this pilot project going through this path. So I believe that we can work on this also in near future. Does anyone would like to share thoughts or maybe ask questions? Yes, Valeria, please.
I have a question. You asked me what it meant for Russia to become part of District 108. What does it mean to you, District 108, that we become a big part of your district?
I can start answering. I believe the leaders just show your emotions to also show that you want to answer also this or add maybe after my answer. And for District 108, it means to have a new family member who is also curious and working towards being a better speaker, a better leader. So sharing different experiences, sharing a lot of stories which can grow together. Also sharing a support because I had opportunity working with you, Valeria, and it was like really greatest experience. So I'm looking forward to meet new Toastmasters members from whole Russia and also sharing a lot of stories, competing in contests, sharing educational paths, going and creating new projects because I was also very inspired of a lot of projects that you are doing and very great practices for networking and other things. So in different countries, we have different experiences, and yet we were sharing from Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Finland, and Poland all these great practices, and some of the initiatives which started in area level became division, after that district, and for example Odyssey project became worldwide. Now it's super international project, right? So I believe that we will create a lot of great new ideas, projects, networking, education, contests. So there's a lot of things that we can share and grow together in those topics. So this is what it means to District 108, at least how I can see this. Maybe some leaders would like to add some words. Yes,
They
Camille.
can. So I think what's very interesting is that we have these cities in Russia where nowhere nearby you have a lot of people inside. Many of them are potentially interested in the Toastmaster program, but there are no Toastmaster nearby because of the distance, because of the size of the country, even just the western part of Russia. So I think it's a new challenge. So it will be interesting to work with something unknown for us because it's known for you, but it's yet unknown for us. And we can probably get a lot of guidance on this from your side. It will also be very interesting to have another country and more people from. So for me, like I'm from Poland, and once, like in District 95, it was that Poland was just a tiny part of the District 95. Currently, Poland has majority of divisions in our district, but now it will be more equal. So it will be Russia, Finland, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, and Poland, and we will have a real international community, and Poland will not be dominating, so it will be easier, for instance, to get people to speak English on the meetings. Because we usually speak English, but sometimes communication gets more focused on this only Polish part, only local part. Sometimes it was like Division B was also more connected with each other because we simply had this too big difference between how many we have division directors in Poland and how many division directors we have in this remaining countries, which is very important but small part of the district. And now it will be equal, so we can together create real international community that we always wanted, because I felt like also it would be very interesting. What I can add is that you're really part of an international organization, and I think we already know each other with all these countries in D108, but we don't know you that much. Maybe you don't know us that much. So it will be very interesting to get to know, to share ideas like it was mentioned by Dovila. Thank you. I'm looking forward for working together.
Thank you, Camille, for sharing. Now I see Monica shiny eyes, so I invite
Yeah,
you.
of course, because guys, you are so enthusiastic about this, but I'm not, you know, it's could be also difficult if you meet someone for the first time, like starting dating. This relationship could be, you know, joyful, efficient, but it can also be difficult. And it means for me that we need to work more about communication, about cooperation, about how to keep this respect, because we are from different parts of the world. So we have to respect our culture, our environment, and how we communicate also. So for me as a district leader, is also great opportunity to learn something new. And this is opportunity also to be more international and for growth. So I really appreciate this challenge, this challenge exactly. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica. Does anyone would like to? Yes, Piotr, please, welcome.
Hey, of course, like just 2 months before I went to Shanghai for my business trip, I went to Moscow for my Toastmasters business trip, for the wonderful invitation of the Russian representatives, Russian leaders for the Russian conference, Russian Toastmasters conference. It was spring conference, and one funny thing. Fun fact for Kamil will understand. The conference title was Level Up, and the funny thing is that 1 year earlier there was a division conference in Wrocław that was also entitled Level Up. So yeah, that was a little bit funny, and that was wonderful. That was a wonderfully organized conference, and I really want to go back to Moscow for the district conference, and that's just it. I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you, Piotr, for sharing. So now we learned all the history, also what it means for Russia to join District 108 and for District 108 to meet a new family member, Russia. Now, do we have any questions? Okay, Randall, please.
I'm just curious, how many different languages do the clubs in your district meet? And what percentage of them are meeting in English versus the other languages?
So I think maybe I will answer for the Polish clubs. And I have some knowledge about also Romanian clubs, but I'm sure Dovile knows better, or Mantas, as for former and current division directors there. So in Poland, majority of clubs speaks Polish on their meetings. The second most popular language is English. There is one club in German, and there's, I think, 1.5 club that speaks in English, in Ukrainian, because this is sometimes one has half of meetings in Polish and half in Ukrainian. And there is also an incentive to create a Russian-speaking club, but it is not done so far.
Is there an age difference between the clubs, an average age difference between the ones that are meeting in English versus Polish, or they're similar?
It depends where, because in some towns the first club was in Polish, as in some it was in English. So it depends. But maybe also Dovile can share about the rest of our district, because all these countries are also part of our district and are the important part.
So we also have Lithuanian speaking clubs. We do also have a Spanish speaking club. So these are, and also Finnish speaking club. So these are the languages that we have. In Latvia, we have English speaking club, and in Estonia, we also have English speaking clubs. So in these countries, there are no native speaking Toastmasters clubs yet, but they are in process.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions?
Randall, which language do you want to have?
Which language do I want to have? Well, I think it'd be cool to go to the Finnish speaking club. We have, you know, the thing in St. Petersburg, we have high schools which have specializations in languages. I just walked by one that was Finnish last week, and there's one that's in English down the road, and my kids go to one that's Spanish speaking. So I'm just curious, and I guess I'm also curious what the perception of people in other countries of what Toastmasters is. Do they see it as an English speaking place, or they see it as a place that for public speaking, and therefore they are very attracted to speak in their own language? It's kind of a not very clearly stated question, I guess.
And our district language is only one, and this is English. That means that all the official contests we have in English. That means that on the district level, or in annual conference, we are having usually 4 contests which are held in English, but separate countries, they do have their own national contests. For example, Polish also have a huge conference for choosing the best Polish speaker. Lithuanian also have it. So there is also initiatives which invites also our Toastmasters to share their knowledge in that national language.
But maybe adding to this answer also about the perception. So I feel like it depends what ads and information groups you find. So, but when I spoke, for instance, with when I was recruited to get a job, that there was a perception that this is organization connected to leadership. That was the perception I got there. In a different place, I heard about perception about Polish speaking or English speaking. So I think that each club has its own identity. It's promoting itself in a certain way. And this is how people learn about Toastmaster and then how they perceive it.
Thank you.
Do we have more questions? If not, I will say one question which I got from few members. So they asked, do we need, as a District 108, to vote whether Russia is joining District 108 or not? So the answer is no, because we already did it. As Piotr said, there was a lot of documentation made 2 years ago, and we voted as a district in our meeting officially, and we wanted to Russia to join us. So that was made few years ago, 2 years ago to be more precise. And this year we don't need to vote. Just it's official. From 1st of July, Russia is joining District 108. So looking forward so much to have a new family member. And I believe that there will be a lot of great projects, a lot of educational initiatives, leaderships. Oh, looking forward for district conference. Since you said that your speakers are so ambitious, we will have opportunity to have a bigger and the biggest actually conference ever, because we will have how many divisions?
6.
Exactly, 6 divisions. So from 1st of July, District 108 is growing and will be the biggest in the world geographically, because we will have, I don't know, like 9 time zones or so. So there is huge opportunities for everyone, for District 108, for Russia. From 1st of July, we are officially together. So take care of each other. Also share initiatives. We will have lots of meetings with one another. So we will have opportunities to share also our best practices. This will work during the trainings, through educational sessions, through the Educational Mondays, which was an amazing initiative that I will believe that will keep going. So we will have a lot of nice moments, I believe. So I just want to welcome again Rasha to District 108 as a new family member. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for everyone who watched. If you have any questions regarding the, I don't know, anything, so just let us know, anyone who heard today, or just write in the Facebook chat, maybe in email, in blog, in LinkedIn. So we have lots of channels where you can find us. You have all our emails in our website. So looking forward and see you soon. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Pleasure to meet
Bye,
you.
thanks.
Piotr.
Bye bye, everybody. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Talk to you soon.